Ideas for simple yet delicious soup. As you know, there are many kinds of soup. Soup ranges from the thick, warming comfort food that you make to warm you up at lunchtime or dinner time to soup which looks elegant and is served to guests. Of course, you could serve your guests the first type of soup, but if you really want to impress them with your soup making ability, you will want to make a sophisticated looking soup recipe. Soup is not difficult to make, and there are some soup recipes with only a few ingredients, making this a great dish to make when you have company coming over. You can make a lot of soup recipes ahead of time and then gently reheat them. Some of the best soup recipes are made from a few ingredients only because using too many ingredients can overcomplicate the soup. Think of a vegetable soup made simply with water, vegetables and herbs. The herbs add all the flavor, and cooking the vegetables for a long time brings out their flavor. This is an incredibly simple idea for soup, but a classic one and a flavorful one too. You do not have to serve something ultra-modern like a chilled fruit soup or something with an extra fancy garnish to impress people. Actually, most of the time the simple garnishes are better, and the same can be said for the soup itself. Keep the flavors fresh and clean. Too many flavorings detract from the soup taste. French onion soup, the true classic soup. If you want to make a French onion soup recipe, choose a classic French onion soup. Use the traditional ingredients of beef broth, onions, bread and Gruyere cheese. You can try a different onion soup recipe if you like, but there is a reason why classic soups never go out of vogue, and that is because the traditional recipes cannot be improved upon. French onion soup is a great example of a perfectly balanced soup which works perfectly on every level. And if you are stuck for ideas for dinner party appetizers, what about making classic French onion soup for your guests? They are guaranteed to love it. Alternatively, you could try something unusual like a veal soup recipe or even a cream of lettuce soup. These are simple but delicious. Recipe for a lettuce soup. Lettuce is not just for salads, and this delicious soup recipe, which serves 6 to 8 people, is simple to make. If you prefer to serve a chilled soup for a spring or summer dinner party, substitute for chopped scallions for the parmesan. You will need to chill it for at least a couple of hours before serving. What you will need: 1 pound chopped lettuce leaves, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons flour, 1/2 cup finely grated parmesan, 1/2 teaspoon white pepper, 4 cups half and half to finely diced stalks celery, 1 grated white onion. How to make it: melt the butter in a big pot, and then saute the celery and onion until soft. Add the flour and cook, stirring all the time, until the vegetables are coated. Stir in the half and half gradually, using a wire whisk to blend. Add the lettuce, salt and pepper. Turn the heat down, cover the pot and let it cook until the lettuce wilts, stirring sometimes. Do not let the soup boil. Let the soup cool, and then puree it in a food processor in batches. For a finer soup, use a food mill instead of a food processor. Reheat the soup and top it with the parmesan. Ideas for simple yet delicious soup. As you know, there are many kinds of soup. Soup ranges from the thick, warming comfort food that you make to warm you up at lunchtime or dinner time to soup which looks elegant and is served to guests. Of course, you could serve your guests the first type of soup, but if you really